To begin, looking at the balance sheet, the current assets are larger than the current liabilities, which means they'll be able to pay off creditors when the time comes, which is a good thing. However, looking at the balance of the balance sheet from 2020 to 2021, the overall balance has decreased and the assets have also decreased. This is the first negative, because this means the company may have sold assets to pay off creditors or lost assets due to changes in asset value, market, damage, and consumer demand. To add, the liabilities have decreased, but this is expected, and it's not much of a positive because it hasn't gone down as much as the assets. Then, looking at the assets of 2020 and comparing it with the assets of 2021, we can see that their goodwill and intangible assets have decreased. This is the second negative because a decrease in goodwill includes the value of an asset falling below the amount that it was originally placed for. This is the second negative because a decrease in goodwill includes the value of an asset falling below the amount that it was originally paid for, increased competition, and decrease in economic conditions, all of which happened to BlackBerry due to the increased competition with other technology brands. In addition, COVID could have also decreased goodwill and remains a possible factor. Next, a decrease in intangible assets makes a decrease in value of patents, franchises, trade names, and trademarks, as well as copyright and software. This is the third negative because these assets are quite valuable within a company, especially one that used to be well known and prominent as BlackBerry. Following is the income statement. Overall, the income statement is not positive. It's a negative, and I mean that quite literally. Instead of profit, it's just loss for both 2020 and 2021. But honestly speaking, many businesses suffered losses because of the pandemic. Glancing back up at revenue, take note that it has also decreased for 2020-2021, as many other things have in this analysis. And scanning through the expenses, we can find that the total expenses exceed revenue for both years, causing the net loss. Finally, using the calculations earlier and comparing the 2 years, the working capital from 2021 turned out better than the working capital from 2020. The current ratio from 2021 also turned out quite better than 2020, and the asset test ratio for 2021 also performed better than 2020. However, the profit margin for 2021 was very negative. Overall, the financial state and performance of BlackBerry is a negative one. There were some positive aspects, but there were more major negatives than positive. I don't expect BlackBerry to recover very well and get back to where they used to be in their golden era, as they weren't able to make a comeback after Apple and Android took over the market, at least anytime soon. However, possibly in the future, I do think that they might be able to recover to a more stable state than the one they're at in the moment.